Hey guys, so I've had the Mate 10 Pro since like mid-October, and you know, it's been like my wife. I love it, but I've had to make some compromises to put up with it every day. I'm just joking, sweetie, please don't divorce me. Oh God, she's gonna leave me. No, but seriously, the Mate 10 Pro is an awesome phone, but there's things about it that I just don't get. For instance, when it comes to the design, I mean, look at it, it's bloody gorgeous. Metal and glass make nice babies, but there's no wireless charging. What's the point of having a glass back if there's no wireless charging? Huawei, what? Anyways, it's nice to look at. You can tell it's built really well. It's super solid feeling, like Charlize Theron. But constantly wiping all the fingerprints off isn't very much fun, but Charlize Theron. I'm trying to make a comparison here, because they're both gorgeous. No headphone support, so you'll be using either the included adapter, the included USB-C earphones, or Bluetooth. There's an IR blaster at the top for controlling your TV or other shit around the house, which is a rare feature to see, and it has stereo speakers, but in that front and bottom configuration like on the iPhone. Audio sounds pretty good, it does get loud, but it's a little more tinny than other stereo speakers with the same configuration, but that's probably due to Huawei's IP67 dust and water resistance process. But yeah, it sounds just fine. The fingerprint reader is blindingly fast and accurate. It feels like a new standard or something. It's really, really good. The display is pretty huge. It's a 6-inch 2160 by 1080 OLED display with an 18:9 aspect ratio. So not quite 2K. They're calling it FHD plus. Initially, I was a bit bummed, but honestly, it's pretty great. Now, watching video content, you're still gonna get that letterboxing on the side like other phones, but it's sharp, and both color and saturation are really well balanced. There's even an option in display settings for a more natural profile if you wanted to be boring about it. Anyways, it's a great display, and it gets really bright too at up to 730 nits, I believe. Now, the Mate 10 Pro comes with 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage, and yeah, it's a snappy phone. Snappy. It also comes with Huawei's new Kirin 970 CPU, which is the world's first mobile chip to feature a dedicated neural processing unit, which, you know, if I'm being totally honest, aside from some neat tricks in the camera app, I have no clue what the hell I'm supposed to be seeing, but Huawei sure made a huge deal about it at the launch event. I mean, it's supposed to help with things like resource allocation and noise canceling during calls and stuff like that, but those are the types of things that happen in the background. I don't know. I guess I'm just looking for more in-your-face type examples with that kind of tech. The Mate 10 Pro is running Android 8.0 out of the box with EMUI baked on top. EMUI is okay, I guess, but it's not for me. Like, I didn't like the launcher at all, so I quickly did my usual switch to Nova Launcher, but from there, it's been okay. There's a cool dark mode in battery settings, which, power saving or not, I way prefer having a black interface than white, like on 99% of other phones. There's a neat display color temp wheel to dial in your preference, and the one-handed UI feature is insanely underrated. I use it all the time. The dual cameras on the back are Leica branded, if that means anything to you. Personally, I don't give a shit who makes the cameras as long as they're good, and they're good, not great, but good. You got a 12 megapixel RGB sensor with OIS for the color and a 20 megapixel black and white sensor for the details and dynamic range. Both have an f1.6 aperture, so right off the bat, it sounds like it's got good low light performance. And yeah, it's pretty good. Obviously, the darker it gets, the softer images look, but like at a dimly lit pub or something, it works pretty good. Laser autofocus and phase detection help give it stupid fast autofocusing, but sometimes I noticed it struggled to properly focus on objects close up, and overprocessing is pretty noticeable. And you know, as much as I don't really care for a monochrome camera, on overcast days it performs like a beast, and because it's there to capture detail, you get not only some pretty dramatic looking photos, they're also highly detailed with some great dynamic range in the highlights and shadows. Now, the front-facing 8 megapixel camera with an f2.0 aperture is pretty shit in low light and does okay for selfies with some nice skin tones. But the weird thing is, even though portrait mode is an option with the front-facing camera, it doesn't work. So I'm not sure if that's a software bug or what. Both the rear-facing cameras, however, do a bang-up job in portrait mode, as you can see. But that color sensor seems to hate artificial light. It seems to sort of wash out colors and overexpose a little bit sometimes too. And with that neural processing unit that's supposed to detect food and other objects to spice them up a bit, it didn't detect any of the food items I was taking pictures of, resulting in some pretty bland looking photos. So yeah, the cameras are a bit of a mixed bag for me, both impressive and disappointing. And finally, with its 4,000 milliamp hour battery, it'll last me an entire day, no matter what I'm doing. Heavy usage, moderate usage, it's all good. But as some reviewers have experienced up to 2 days with moderate to heavy usage, I haven't been able to hit that goal even once. I don't know what's so different about mine, like with light usage, it'll make it to the next day, but it'll also go on the charger as soon as I wake up. Luckily, it comes with Huawei's crazy fast supercharger that's supposed to give you a full day's battery with only a 20-minute charge. But yeah, in my experiences, that's quite inaccurate. But it does charge from like 15 to 100% in just a little over an hour. But anyways, I think that about does it for this one. Let me know what you think about the cameras and the lack of wireless charging in the comments. Is no wireless charging a big deal to you? And what do you think about the monochrome sensor instead of something like a wide angle or a telephoto? Which would you prefer? If you liked the video, show me some love with that like button. And if you're new to my stuff, don't forget to subscribe for new videos every week. Thanks, as always, for watching, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Cheers.